So it is January and the backcountry is pretty much good to go. So I figured now's a good time to talk backcountry packing essentials. Now, packing for the backcountry can be overwhelming. It is for everyone. I mean, somehow I feel like I pack way too much stuff, but at the same time, it feels like I'm missing something. So if you feel that way, that's okay. That's kind of how it is when you first start getting rolling. The one thing I wanted to note is that I may be a professional snowboarder, but I am not a mountain guide that's certified. So my packing list, this is gonna be essentials that I use for when I do machine access snowboarding, like snowmobile and helicopter access to go film and ride. If you talk to a guide or if somebody's packing, you go splitboarding, most of the gear will be the same, but there may be a few things different that they might pack for their situation. So always do your own research, do an Avi course, everything. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that was clear before we get into it. First up is the absolute basic when it comes to backcountry safety. This is, some people call it the triangle of safety. It is your beacon, your probe, and your shovel. Absolutely mandatory if you're going to the backcountry. Don't say, oh, like I forgot it, but it's fine. Do not go in the backcountry without these. There's no point. I personally use the Barryvox Pro S as my beacon. I've been with Barryvox since I first started learning in the backcountry, so it's a company I trust. It's the only reason I'm on there. There's a lot of other good beacons out there, so don't feel that you need to be on this one. Just do your own research and find one of the other ones. We have some very deep snowpacks, so we run a minimum of 300 centimeters on all of our probes. This is a 320 centimeter probe, and I think it does just fine. Shovel, as always, metal only. Avalanches get firm, debris gets firm. Do not have something that's not metal. Get something strong. The other thing that I would consider fairly mandatory is a radio. Communication is your next most important thing. If there's an accident, if there's something going on, if your friend's getting in trouble and you need to tell them that they're in a dangerous area, your radio is going to be the easiest way to do that. I have two bags that I go out with. One is my traveling bag that goes on my back that carries all my gear for the whole entire day. The other one is my rider pack that'll go on the back of my snowmobile. This has a separate probe and a separate shovel. So it's just quick and easy. If I want to go ride something, if I want to do a line, I can throw that on without having to deal with any of the larger gear that's in the big pack. All right, I figure to help you understand why certain things go into my bag, I should probably tell you what I actually wear when I go out there. So I run the base layers, both AK Helium and the AK Baker Powerwool base layering. I just decide which one based on what the temperatures are doing. Next up would be the Freebird, AK Freebird bib pants. Absolutely love these things. If it's like springtime, I would go straight to my jacket, which is the AK Swash jacket. And this has some core focused insulation, so it's a fairly warm jacket already. So that would be warm enough for me. Midwinter, I will almost always wear a fairly snug fitting medium or large AK Baker insulator, just as warmth. And then this is what actually goes into my bag, and this always stays in my bag. This is the AK Baker Ultralight hooded jacket, and this is kind of like a safety thing for me, you know, like even though I'm already wearing an insulator, this will always be in my bag just in case I need it. It's kind of crazy. I had a hard time fitting all of this onto the table, yet I can carry it no problem in a backpack. All right, cool. Well, let's get into the actual meat that is in my bag. We already covered the first little bit with the probe, shovel, and beacon. That is obviously always mandatory to be in every backcountry backpack. Let's talk water bottles. Really cold days when I used to run just single water bottles, the water would start freezing. So these double-walled insulators are awesome for the backcountry. I'll throw warm water in there in the morning and we're good to go. On the cold days, I run a thermos and we put miso soup in there or sometimes bone broth, and that is a treat when you're in the backcountry. If we go to this side of the table now, this is what takes up most of the real estate in a backcountry bag. It is going to be the extra gloves, extra beanies, extra goggles. So I will have at all times 3 pairs of gloves in my bags. This is the AK Expedition. This will be my morning and night home glove. It is a very warm glove. It's an over glove, so I can just throw it over my jacket and I'm good to go. One of the newer gloves in the Burton line, I'm gonna say is probably from 2 or 3 years ago. This is the Infinium oven glove. The oven mitt used to be my favorite mitt, but it did not have finger holds, so I wouldn't be able to sled in them. So I'm thankful they did this. And also the AK clutch glove. All of them are Gore-Tex, classic, perfect Burton product. The one other thing I should probably note is in the springtime, if I know we're building jumps, I'll bring out these Gore-Tex shell gloves. They are literally just a shell of Gore-Tex and material to keep me dry so that while I'm digging and shoveling and building a jump, a lot of hands on there, I don't have to worry about wasting a pair of gloves. The next thing that takes up a lot of real estate in a backcountry bag is gonna be goggles. So I will go out with 3 goggles. I'll have 2 within my backcountry bag and then 1 will be on my snowmobile helmet. Usually those stay on my snowmobile helmet the entire day so that I don't have to worry about messing those up for the way home. I always have a warm, clean pair of goggles for the way home. Now these are the Anon Sync goggles, and this is predominantly what I will wear in the backcountry. The lenses are super easy to change. They're magnetic with a latch on the side, so I will bring probably 3 lenses for each goggle. So in my head, that makes me basically have 8 goggles to go through in a day. But probably one of the most important things, aside from the safety stuff, toilet paper. You're out there from like 6 in the morning till like 8 p.m. Toilet paper is just put in a Ziploc bag. It stays dry. This is just so important. Scraper. This can save your day, because if you get some ice on the bottom of your board, you forget to take it off, your run is just, you're gonna be on like e-brakes the whole way down. Clean your base off with a scraper, get all the ice off, and you're good to go. These are some hand warmers. I bring a bunch of these out, and more often than not, I don't use them, but they are nice to have as a safety. If there's a mechanical issue on a snowmobile, I wanna have my hands warm if I gotta be in there. If there's an accident or emergency you're dealing with, those will help keep some areas warm. Another just like basic thing, everyone should know this, always bring a tool out. You never know when you're gonna have equipment failure or malfunctions. Tools will help you. I usually carry 2. One will be in my main bag and 1 will be in my rider pack. Sunglasses, another given, especially on sunny days. You don't want to hike or split in goggles. Bring some sunglasses. They have the protectors on the side. These are Anons. I am spacing on the name. I'm gonna have to put it down here somewhere. We film a lot ourselves for social media, so I actually have 2 action cameras. This is the DJI Action 4 Osmo. Great camera, really good low light, and the GoPro Hero 12. GoPro is just a standard, it is awesome. Extra batteries, of course, as well. Oh yeah, that's one other thing, this is a mouth guard for action cameras. It's from Pro Standard, and so I will run this when I'm doing runs or lines. Super easy, hands-free. The only thing I will say is I don't trust jumping in these. I don't trust falling in these, so I won't wear the mouth cam if I feel like I'm gonna fall. One of the biggest game changers for me as far as like confidence with snowboarding was when I started wearing a mouth guard. I don't even know how to describe them. They like everyone should at some point get a mouth guard and ride with it and feel the difference. It gives you a lot more confidence, it protects your teeth, and it protects you from concussions. All right, let's get back into a couple safety things. We have a space blanket, basically. I like calling it that. We have our super basic first aid. This is in a waterproof bag. It is always smart to have something like that, but I highly recommend somebody in your crew gets a proper first aid kit. Last year, Gabe Langlois was our filmer, and he has a tunnel bag that just goes onto the snowmobile and has everything we need to do our own self-rescue and treatment and wait for search and rescue to come get us or our own extraction. I also know that a lot of people are splitboarding. You should at least have this. It's got a fire starter in there. Bring a saw, a little hand saw. This will get you out of certain situations. You can cut some branches, you can stay warm, you can start a fire. That should be bare minimum. Headlamps, this is my ultra high powered one. This is only when we go up at nighttime, but I do have this that'll be in my bag for emergencies or for around the parking lot. This is just a standard headlamp just for some visuals. I think that covers most of the stuff that's out here right now. Oh, the Garmin InReach, this is my last line for safety. I don't ever want to have to use this, but I know that if I have to, it is there. This is two-way communication as well, so it sets up to your phone so you can always keep in contact with people via satellite. So if there's an issue or if you're running late and you're out of service, you can text your partner or somebody that is your safety and be like, hey, we're running late, but things are all good. That right there is worth it. And one thing to note too is when I'm in the States, they have it up here as well, but they have like a search and rescue kind of insurance program that covers you for all like air evacuations. So if you do push your SOS and you get called in, it is covered. It is a subscription. I think it was like $300 annually, but it was a nice thing to have when I went down to the States because medical bills down there can just get crazy. So that was nice to have. Actually, I almost forgot about this. This is my handlebar bag as well. So not only do we have the backpack, the bag that goes onto the tunnel, the snowmobile, we would have a Ski-Doo handlebar bag as well for more gear. So that pretty much wraps everything up. If there is something missing, if there's something that you always have in your bag, please let us know in the comments. I mean, this is like the backcountry is something that you're always learning, like snow safety, what to bring. Accidents happen and people learn from it. This is a good chance to share what you bring, and if I'm missing something, let us know. I mean, be nice about it, but let us know. And hopefully that'll help somebody else pack something more efficiently and safer. So thanks for paying attention, thanks for watching, and I hope we all get some great powder and have a safe winter.